everybody, Justin Worden, and you are watching What's New in Electronics. We are here at IPC Apex 2024. We're in Anaheim, California. I'm back with my friend Darren Phil from Impossible Objects, man. What's going on?
Oh, great to see you again.
Man, I love interviewing you guys because you always got like the cool stuff, man. I already see the props on the side. We're going to show them in a little bit, but what's new with Impossible Objects?
So this is our second Apex. We talked, I think, last year. We've learned a lot being in this industry and helping support it. We're a 3D printing company. We create high temperature tooling and fixtures for this space, and then we do a number of different components outside of this. Like I said before, we came in last year, I think, really understanding that there's an opportunity here, and we were excited to see where that would go. But over the last year, we've evaluated over 200 projects for different customers in this space and beyond. And the feedback has been incredible. People are really excited about our speed and turnaround times, what our machinery is allowed to lead to. People are really excited about the material properties that we're able to achieve. And then the level of design freedom that you can get with 3D printing outside of the traditional manufacturing processes, specifically machining in this space, or maybe injection molding as well, really kind of allows you to think differently about the solutions you're trying to help implement for your customers.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I put 3D printing like last year kind of in that category with like AI. You know, it's like everyone's kind of like dipping their toe in the water. Like, what is this really something that's going to happen? And it's been so cool watching your journey. Like, you guys are now mainstream, and you guys offer the service. You know, you can do all the prototypes and high volume service as well. But it's getting to a point now where, I mean, it sounds like you guys are ready to start selling equipment.
Yeah, and I think it's a long and really cool history of Impossible Objects, from kind of material science, really figuring out a material that's new in the 3D space, so not quite plastics, not quite metals. We're making these composite components. We developed in 2018, we announced our first piece of machinery. It's called the CBAM 2, and this could print 2 layers per minute. It's wildly fast in the 3D printing space, but it's kind of light years ahead of any traditional machining speeds. And that was the CBAM 2. Coming this June, we're announcing the CBAM 25. This prints 25 layers per minute. So I have a prop over here. Let me pull this to the side. A traditional pallet, something like this, right now on our CBAM 2 machine, we print this in about an hour and 45 minutes. It's still remarkably fast. We're really proud of it. It's really great quality. It's a carbon fiber component with peak polymer. This can go up to 300 degrees Celsius working temperature. It's carbon fiber, so it has ESD properties for the electronics manufacturing floor. And we can print these with really unique geometries, 90-degree corners, in about an hour and 45 minutes on the CBAM 2. On the CBAM 25, we'd be printing a part like this in about 5 minutes,
oh my God,
which is just out of bounds quick. So we're really excited about that. We'll be showing this machine in late June at the Rapid TCT conference in LA. We're really excited to actually have the piece of machinery there and show a lot of new onlookers on what this thing really looks like and how it can work. And I think that's just what we're looking forward to in this year.
Well, I mean, Impossible Objects is so much more than just a 3D printing company. I mean, you guys have design, you have engineering in-house, you guys offer that full service. So I guess the question I would have, like, if you're already making parts for me, you're helping me with the design, you're helping me with the implementation, the testing, the qualifying, like, I would like to buy a new machine, but I don't want to get rid of that part.
Sure, yeah, I think, last year I talked a lot about how this was a learning opportunity. We explored all these different projects, all these different solutions that we could help people with, and a lot of this was kind of learning from both sides. People need to learn about who we were, what we could provide, and we were learning a lot about how we could help support this industry. So much so that our CBAM 2 machines and our fleet of machines in Chicago that we manufacture with today is limited, and we're excited to now get machinery in the hands of customers who need larger volumes, faster turnaround. They want the design capabilities under their own nose, and so we're now kind of branching in across the South, saying we'll help you get there, we'll add the design support, we can help you get to the solutions that you need. But once you now want to go to volumes that we might not be able to support, as we're reaching across many industries, many companies, get the machinery in your own hand and make your parts. Make them at the volumes you need, have those design freedom right under your nose, and have the turnaround time and flexibility that you're able to produce and need in your own house.
Yeah, I mean, it's turnaround time, but it's also like you can just get creative with it, right?
Totally.
They can get in there and start fiddling around and design something they didn't know they needed. But Impossible Objects, obviously you guys are spreading like wildfire in the electronics industry here in the United States, but you guys are having a global impact too. I mean, I've seen you in Mexico, I've seen you over in Europe as well. Let's talk about some of the other emerging markets for you.
Yeah, so electronics is fairly new for us, right? So I'm going to bring another prop quickly. I've been printing aerospace and automotive parts, other consumer products, and other tooling and fixtures for the past almost 9 years. Some of this was before we had machinery. We were really just finding these material sets, again, that were really useful in other industries. But the electronics world has been kind of the last 2 years that we've been focused on with everything else going on. So you're right, we've seen me in Mexico, we have some really great success there, a lot of production going on, a lot of tooling and fixturing, but we also have some great customers in Europe. We'll be going over there again soon. We're placing a machine overseas so that we'll have better reach across the seas. We've been mailing parts all over the world for many years now, and I think it's going to be exciting to have a different reach, a different hub, and be able to support a totally different realm of customers.
Yeah, I mean, you're bringing the equipment into the marketplace at the right time because people want to dip their toe in the water. We proved that 3D printing is now a thing in the electronics industry, but there's still, because of COVID, there's still that fear of outsourcing anything. So as well as you guys do, people want to have that control.
Absolutely. I think people want to have the control, and it's certainly from a time standpoint, making sure you have the components when you need, they're in your house. But also, again, from the kind of design freedom, there's no fear of now having to place, say an order of some certain quantity in order to get volume pricing. You can print one unit, really feel confident that you have a solution that you need, maybe print a second or a third iteration, and then when you're ready, you can start printing those in volumes, the 10s, the 20s, the hundreds of components to help support your process. You cut down the lead time of those design iterations. You can do it with engineers on your team and the people who really know best on how to get to the solution that they're looking for.
So the last question I have before I let you get back to work, if I put the equipment in my facility, what about the material?
Great question. So we've worked with a number of really great material providers over the years so that we make sure we have some stable materials. In fact, a lot of the feedback we've gotten here for dialing our high temperature material profiles, it's been for the customers here. We really want to make sure they get the best quality parts, long lasting parts, and you continue to get those materials through us. So we have some different options you can get, different price ranges. We have recycled materials, upcycled materials. We certainly have our standard stuff, but we also have so many customers asking great questions and helping us push the material science part of our company a little bit further to, again, get some new unique solutions and in price ranges that are wildly competitive.
Now, what types of control do you have on the material? Because if I install the machine, if my ratio of peak to carbon fiber is off by X, that product might not make it through the line. How does that control work?
So that's really a great question. It's different for different systems in terms of what the machine itself can do to manage this. Our newest machine, the CBAM 25 machine, is a number of in situ vision systems that actually monitor powder levels, ink levels. It has redundancy so that if there's when we're actually printing, if we have a print failure, we can actually discard those layers so they never even make it into your part. Or we can actually have multiple sets of print heads so that if we see a print gap in something where the ink was running out or there was a problem, we actually have a set of redundancies where it'll actually replace and reprint in those areas. So not only are we building a better and a faster machine, but it's far more robust, more reliable, and again, it's just to give people the products that they need to really feel confident that they're getting to a solution that to help support their customers or their business.
So to simplify, if you buy the right machine, it does it for you.
Yeah, really a lot of it was making sure that you could feel confident. We really have an amazing team of engineers, both in Chicago and now Rochester, that are helping design this new high-speed system. And it is to make sure you have confidence and then you don't have to think so much about it.
I like it, man. Darren, thank you so much for stopping by. Go have a great show.
Always. Thanks so much.